I means information, K means knowledge, and W means wisdom. So when it comes to data science and big data analytics, now you need to understand that there are certain things that you must understand when it comes to data science or analytics or whatever, right? First we get data. Now the processed data is an information, and when you understood the information, right, the applied information is knowledge, right? I'm sorry, is knowledge. Then wisdom is the insightful application of knowledge. Oh, I have knowledge about something. Then I now applied that knowledge I had already, is now what is called wisdom. Now let's go to data science. Data life cycle. Now I told you that AI is you need to understand data very well, right? Yes. Data life cycle, we have generation, that is generating data, collection of data. Now how is it data generated? How is data collected? Now the moment you are born into this world, you're already a data, right? Or let me say data set. The moment you are born into this world, you're already a data, full data set. Data set is a collection of data, right? You are already a full data set. You understand? Now as you begin to journey in this life, you begin to gather more data. Now examples of such data is, when you are born, you don't have a name yet. Then after some days you are given a name. They've added data to you, right? Then as you begin to grow, the more you grow, every year you are adding more data. You go to school, you are gathering more data. So now generating this, there is a way data is generated, right? We get data from different sources. They are generated from different sources. Then after that, collected, the data are collected. After they are generated, they are collected. Then they are stored. They design, data engineers set up databases that can store large amount of data. Some of these data are stored like 5 years ago. They are gathered and stored 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. In fact, there are data of 20 years ago. They are stored. So this meeting would end shortly, but I will send a link if we did not complete this session. I'll send a link, right? So now then processing. Now we process the data. After we process data, we do managing of the data, because of course you need to learn how to manage data. There's something called data management system, right? There's something called data information system, right? There's something called data information and management system. That's data information management. That's DIMS, data information management system, right? So then you analyze data, you draw insight from your data. When you analyze data, you visualize or interpret, and you destruct data. Now let's go to the next concept. These are just this. I'm going to share this slide with us so that we can always go back and read up on the slide. So this is data life cycle, right? So now let's go to big data evolution. Of course, when you go to ChatGPT, how you ask any question, ChatGPT would answer the question irrespective of whatever question you ask. Of course, that sometimes it will not answer, right? But most of the question you ask, ChatGPT would answer you. Now this is just telling us that big data evolution has been for years, right? Before 2000, early 2000, mid 2000, 2010, and late 2010. Please mute your mic. Mute your mic, please. All right. Please kindly confirm if you can see my screen, please. All right. So now data types and structure. I guess it's your network. Who else can see my screen?
All
right, I guess it's on network. All right, so data types and structure. We have different data types. Yes, all of this is we're going to be doing them. We're going to be doing all of these things, right? Data types and structure. This is the foundation of the class. So by the time we start coding, because in our next class we're going to start coding our next class. Yes, we're going to start coding our next class. So we're going to start writing code in our next class. We're going to start writing codes in our next class. So we're going to be interacting with all these things, integer, floating, all of these things. Most of these things actually we're going to be interacting with some of these things. So we have different data types. Data types refer to different types of values that a program or a system can store and work with. Now we have integer. Integer are like numbers. You get, like whole numbers. Whole numbers are integer. You understand? Whole numbers are integer. You get. We have characters like text. You get variable characters. Floating point, they are decimal numbers. Yes, floating point, they are decimal numbers. Now, types of data structure. Yes, another thing you must understand when it comes to data science and AI is data structure. How is a data? So when I start writing some code, you should be able to tell me that this data is under this code based on the data structure. It is under array or linked list, or probably it is a linear or non-linear data structure. So my first assignment is this. Write extensively what is data structure. Write extensively on what is data structure. Write extensively on what is data structure. That's the first assignment. Alright, so you can go check online. You see, go to Jig for Jig online. You will see a lot of things on data structure. Write extensively on data structure. So we have a linked list, linear and non-linear. All of this is have interpretations. Yes, but I don't want to start going into this now. Just go and read up on data structure. You understand better. Now, data are also classified into structure, semi-structure, and unstructured data. I think I've explained this concept, right? This structure, they're organized. These ones, they are not okay. Semi-structured, they're like in between. They don't follow a strict table but as a structure using tags or key like JSON and other ones. Unstructured, like image, videos, and audio files, right? Now this is just the revolution of big data, when big data started until till date. Now AI versus ML. Now this is where we need to strike the balance. Many people don't know the difference between AI, ML, and DL, and that's the problem. Now AI means artificial intelligence, ML means machine learning, DL means deep learning. Artificial intelligence is a broad field where machine learning are designed to perform tasks that normally requires human intelligence. Now those tasks that you need somebody, that is intelligent to actually do it. Now you now decide to build a model that can learn from that intelligence and do that thing without that person. Of course, you just like, for example, now you need somebody to be typing, to be entering Excel file or Excel record. You now decide that, why do I need somebody to always come and be entering this data for me when I can easily develop a system that can automate all these things? That is where the AI comes in. Now I can do automation, I can do all of these things, right? Because I need human intelligence to do this thing, but now I am now developing a model that can automatically do that. Now machine learning is a subset of AI, is a branch of AI where machines learn patterns from data and improve performance without explicit programming. That means this is it. There is a kind of pattern in data, right? Of course, when you download data set online and you want to do some certain things, right, you begin to study pattern. This is how it has been over the years, in the last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, 20 years. Now you now study that. You are not going to be you are not the one that would start going from year by year. No, you will build a model that will study the pattern. So whenever a new data is being fed into that system, the model can make prediction from that study it has carried out. That is machine learning. It makes